The best part about the future in the world of Gundam, I guess I couldn't have timed that better.
I think Gundam Quux is far from a perfect Gundam. It is. But the great thing about Gundam is that the floor of what Gundam can be and when it's at its worst is still magnitudes more enjoyable than a lot of shows' ceilings in terms of their highs and their peaks. But I gotta admit, for being as many episodes as we are into this one, I'm very confused on the actual direction and end goal this will be. Because at face value, it appears like they're going a more personal story. Every time we focus on this group of kids, I mean, their love triangle, the trying to find yourself, your place in life. I mean, Machu's whole thing is she's having a midlife crisis far too early because she doesn't know what to put on her career sheet, right? And now she's rebelling, wanting to kill people in Gundams. But then you do clearly have the adult storyline and everything going on there. And while I've had some people tell me that apparently this is only going to be one core, I think that's just people only, doing what they always do, which is what, the Gundam gets confirmed, like Witch from Mercury wasn't initially confirmed for 2 cores, but then obviously at the end of the first core, we got the second. It is possible. I do see how this could be a short, sweet, to the point story, but at the end of the day, I still don't know what the grand punchline will be. Like, I know they want to go to Earth. We now know Machu's getting screwed over if she doesn't find a new spot for Shuji to hide with the Red Gundam. But at the end of the day, if I compare all the Gundam series that have come out recently, this is the most disorganized, yet I also can't look away and say it's bad. Early into the show, I felt like we had this really nice balance of new meets old, where the heavy long-term Gundam fans who have consumed every piece of Char media and everything else the like are going to enjoy the same way a new fan would. Because if you drop a new fan into Iron-Blooded Orphans or Witch from Mercury or hell, even a lot of the OVA movie series, you're going to easily consume it. And I felt like it struck a nice blend, but I'm more at the point wondering if my main enjoyment for this show comes from all the other shows I've seen and movies and stuff like that, because I am interested if your average fan would like walk into this like you're brand new, never seen a Gundam before, maybe outside of some fights, if they would be enjoying it as much as me. Because currently, you can't really argue there is a long-term story. Like, I enjoy it, but it doesn't feel as deep as what I'm used to with Gundam. With that said, though, I'm enjoying it. Like, at face value, it feels messy. It does, but it works. I don't know, like, maybe I'm the odd one out. I haven't really been like peeking Reddit threads and different threads. I've only really focused on my own comment section for this series. So I don't know what the general consensus is for GQuuuuuX, but it's fascinating because I get why there has been criticism. Like I have seen in my own comment section, criticism surrounding the love triangle. People don't vibe with that. For me, I just kind of find it funny, if anything, because like, as crazy as Shuji is as a character, he's kind of like the most sane one in an odd way in terms of at least that dynamic. Because you have Machu who's bitching and moaning that like, the Kira's mine. It's supposed to be me who kills people, damn it. I have nowhere to go. The girl's cray-cray, let's put it like that. And then you have Nian who's like, I feel like wants the throuple life. I don't know, to be honest. We're getting screwed over by the best designed character, seemingly. She's tossing our... She's like, hey, make sure we don't, let them know, but when it comes time for the next brawl, they're screwed. God damn it. I really think she's the best designed character, and she's screwing us over. Props to Buddy, though, who's kind of like, hey, go to school and have a normal life now. You've done your job, like, just get out of here. She ain't filling out that career sheet, boss. If anything, she's gonna get herself killed, get her mother killed, get her lover killed, or get someone killed. This girl ain't right in the head. And in general, it's hard to say, and like maybe that's a benefit to the show, unlike other Gundam series where you have a kind of line where you're like, okay, I know where, the Witch from Mercury's kind of going. I know where Iron-Blooded Orphan's kind of going. This one, I'm like, okay, I know they're gonna keep battling in these kind of like illegal battles, and we fight until the death. We don't have to, but both sides are like, we're just deranged. If this is gonna be a 2-core, obviously split into multiple seasons, I could see them ending it with them going to Earth in some sort of bombshell. But if they actually are going the route of this being a singular Gundam core, one story, I doubt I'm gonna come out of this one being like, oh, this is among the best of the best Gundam. But I could still be like, this was a fun OVA-ish kind of style. Because That's currently how I'm feeling with Gundam, and hear me out. When I look from the past couple of TV series, I feel like they told a complete story. And it was fairly easy to see where they wanted to go with different characters and whatnot. And while I do think the character stories are pretty easy to figure out so far in this show, it does feel like in the grand picture of a Gundam universe, the characters' stories here with Machu feel more OVA-ish, like they're supposed to be smaller in scale and scope, and the long-term implications of their stories aren't going to be remembered in the grand picture. And I think if you view it as such, and if that is the intention, I will enjoy this for 12 episodes if that is all we get. But it is a lot messier than I was initially thinking it would be. But then again, we still have the Char stuff. There's no way they just did that for one episode and a couple of references here or there and they're not going to do anything else, right? Like, they have to have bigger plans, and that's why I almost wonder if this is almost just like the prologue. Their story's one side, and then the second core will be stuff with Char and whatnot. I don't know. Maybe that's too much hopium. I don't know. But either way, I am having fun. I am. I like the action. I like the look of the show. I generally think this is one of the most visually compelling Gundam series we've had in many, many years. Machu's character design, many of the characters, like, anytime we're in space, it looks gritty like a Gundam movie, and then when we're back on their planet, it kind of feels like a Trigger Gainax extravaganza, and I'm really enjoying it. I don't think this Gundam will be for everyone. I think I got that wrong in terms of the earlier stuff, because it really felt to me like they're striking that nice blend of, you know, pulling from old school stuff, also doing something new, and both sides would have a fun time. But I wouldn't be shocked if I start seeing more people say, yeah, you know, like, I don't really know a lot about this universe, so, like, it's kind of hard for me to follow, but I like the fights. I feel like that could become a consistent opinion, but for me, I do think it's messy, but I'm really enjoying it, you know? Like, and it's not often where I'll be like, okay, this is very messily put together, but I'm enjoying it, but that's kind of how I'm feeling. I don't know. Like, the great thing about Gundam, like I said, though, at the start of the video, when Gundam's at its worst, it's damn good still. Like, the floor and, like, how bad Gundam can be is always good or enjoyable. And when it's at its best, it's mind-blowing. So, yeah, I'm not as enthusiastic as I was early into the show, but now that I have a better idea seemingly of what it's trying to be, and maybe despite how messy I think it is, I can kind of appreciate it more for what it's attempting to be rather than assuming it's going to be maybe bigger than it is. Though then again, maybe episode 9 or 10 is going to come around and it's all going to click into one big intelligent plotline. No idea. I'm enjoying it. I could see why maybe newer fans aren't going to enjoy this one quite as much, but really only time will tell. But you let me know your thoughts. I mean, we're like halfway through potentially the story or halfway through the first core. What are you thinking? Do you think it's messy, like I said, but enjoyable? Or do you just find it to be completely fantastic top to bottom? Let me know. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course ring that bell. And of course, we do have those full live reactions over on my Patreon. And hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. So today we got Jacob McCarthy, Divine Tank 00, True Demon Lord, Chris, Daw, Kieran Dean, The Legend of Sora 73, Humanoid, and we also have Shado. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. You all have a good one.